Nithyanandam, with the auspicious grace and blessings of my Guru, His Holiness Paramahamsa Nithyananda Swami, or Swamiji, I welcome you to this video where I discuss my personal experiences with the context that Swamiji gave me about Hinduism. Now, prior to meeting Swamiji, I was raised in a Hindu family, born and brought up in the US, but I can say we didn't do many of the Hindu rituals or practices, very rarely went to visit the temple. So my understanding of Hinduism was very, very limited. And I had an apprehension to whatever Hinduism had to offer, my cognitions and ideas about it. Fortunately, my Purvasham mother, she was a seeker and she was interested in reading from the great enlightened masters and gurus before. So I had exposure to that. But I never really knew what it meant to be Hindu until meeting Swamiji. After meeting Swamiji, without my expectations or without any understanding of what the transformation that was happening inside of me at the time, I found myself doing puja every day. And this was quite a shock to my family because we never did puja in the house. I didn't really know what puja meant, why you did it. I could not pronounce the mantras. It was all very difficult and new for me. But because Swamiji explained why you do puja, what is the context for puja, which is basically a gratitude offering, which you carry that sentiment throughout the puja and by offering various items to the divine. So with that context, I learned to do puja. Now, throughout my journey with Swamiji, the understandings of Hinduism have become so deep. And it's not something that we practice just because we have to, or just because there's some rule or regulation or superstition, or just because someone told us to. Swamiji gives us the full context on what Hinduism is all about and why we should practice it to the T. Essentially, Hinduism is the complete resource, a source of knowledge, information, processes, techniques for living a complete and beautiful life on planet Earth and for ultimately achieving moksha, liberation. So it has all aspects that one needs to live blissfully, live conflict-free, and achieve the ultimate purpose in a human being's life, which is enlightenment. So there's so many sampradayas, so many tools, techniques, ways to worship, different forms of the cosmic energy to worship. But the common thread is that we're all striving for that oneness with the divine that is already inside of us, but we haven't been established in it. And Swamiji is. So with that beautiful context of Hinduism, naturally you want to do the rituals. Naturally you're interested in learning more. And naturally when threat comes on Hinduism, you want to stand up and fight. And that's what a Sannyasi of the Nithyananda Sampradaya does. We not only practice Hinduism, we not only share Hinduism with the world, and the sharing Hinduism with the world is not with the context to convert or to force the religion on anybody, but is with the understanding that Hinduism literally is the best religion for transformation of the being, for elevating the being to his highest purpose, which is enlightenment. And that is the reason why Swamiji is standing up for Hinduism so strongly, because the world needs it. The world needs the life solutions, the techniques, the processes, the concept of celebration, joyfulness, blissfulness that all comes with Hinduism. So with that context of sharing it with the world, whoever is ready to receive it, we're making Hinduism available in a very practical, digestible, and without diluting the teachings, without diluting the tradition. And when Hinduism comes under threat, as it has been from time immemorial, under threat by outside forces, especially in India, but all over the world, we stand up and fight. Even when we are attacked, our Swamiji is attacked, we are not afraid to fight. We will not fight violently or physically towards anyone who attempts to harm us. But we know that with Swamiji's grace, with the oneness we have for Swamiji, with the truths we are living for and upholding, that we will win the fight. And we will find the solutions within the context of society, whether it's legal, whether it's involving more people. We're in it to win it because there's a purpose for winning it, for standing up for Hinduism. So more and more people can benefit just like we have. So as a Nithyananda Sannyasi, Sannyasi in the Nithyananda Sampradaya, you will have this context. You will be a warrior in the inner world and the outer world. A spiritual warrior, one who knows that if you conquer all of the confusion, patterns, SDHD that's inside of you, the frightened child that's inside of you, that's just running rampant right now, when you conquer that with all of the resources and support that Hinduism provides, you know you can face anything, literally anything. So a Sannyasi in the Nithyananda Sampradaya is ready for the spiritual war of fighting your own patterns and fighting, winning over the struggle between your patterns versus your higher self, and winning over the struggle for those who try to take down Hinduism, defame Hinduism, dilute Hinduism, destroy Hinduism. So the more established we are in the space of oneness, the more untouched we can be with whatever is happening around us. So I invite anyone who feels so strongly about winning the inner war and winning the outer wars. When you win the inner war, the outer war is over. So living a spiritual context for everything, whether it's what we do in our temples, the authentic rituals as per Agama, or whether it's literally creating a flyer for an upcoming program, whether it's being an acharya and teaching, or teaching yoga, whether it's doing administrative work, whether it's cleaning up the Goshala, whether it's building new temples, whether it's looking at the legal options, whether it's literally standing ground when we're being attacked. All of these things a Nithyananda Sannyasi is ready to do. So if you feel for that, that fight, which makes you all of us as spiritual warriors, then I invite you to apply to become a sannyasi, to learn more about it, to ask questions, and have the context that you are part of something great. And you're under the guidance of Swamiji, the king of sannyasis. So, and I welcome any questions or comments. And thank you for allowing me to share. And I'm actually, if you're wondering where I'm sitting in the Nithyanandeshwara Hindu Temple, Los Angeles, Adinam. And I'm sitting in the lobby where we have Swamiji's photo, and we have a deity of Sadashiva himself. This is the darshan that Swamiji had of Sadashiva. So I am in the lap of Hinduism, literally, in the center of Hinduism in the West. And I welcome you to, if you're visiting the area or you live in Los Angeles, please come visit us. And we're happy to share what we have experienced in Hinduism and Swamiji's teachings, and help you have that full experience as well. So thank you so much. And if you have any questions, please message me and ping me on Facebook. Thank you so much, and Nithyanandam.